Good afternoon, East. Today is Friday, December 13th, an ugly holiday sweater day.
Yeah, there have been a lot of interesting looking sweaters on display today, but even as the clock winds down to holiday break, we continue to bring you many important news and features you won't want to miss.
In this week's Classroom Spotlight, Ryan and Grant check in with Mrs. Washburn's language arts classes.
Brady and Emma share highlights from our recent career day.
And Connor and Isabel took a look at climate change and how it affects Traverse City.
Can I just say, Alexis, that your sweater looks amazing?
Oh, thank you. I like yours too.
Thank you.
So let's get this show started. My name is Alexis Ball.
And I'm Bella Mast. And Trojan TV
starts now.
Today's Trojan TV is brought to you by Grand Traverse Oral Surgery, Empire Value Advisors, Great Lakes Potato Chip Company, Snack Happy, and Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing.
Welcome back. Our recent half day wasn't the typical shortened class schedule for 8th graders. Brady and Emma learned what was behind the special career day opportunity offered here at East.
Now, you would do jobs all over the place. Like the area that I cover, which I help.
Presenters who work in trades filled classrooms in early November to give students information about career options.
So we have Career Day to provide students opportunities to explore careers and to gain insight into different careers that exist. So what we do with careers, Career Day is just one aspect of our career conversations with students. In middle school, Mr. Nowicki and I, our counseling team, we work with students to develop an educational development plan, or EDP, and with that we'll be with 7th and 8th grade students, and that process entails a lot of different career exploration, conversation, and Career Day is one aspect of it.
Professional trade careers are jobs that don't require a 4-year degree, but people in the state of Michigan skilled in trade can earn up to 45% more than the average state income.
Sometimes students just are unaware of how many different jobs and careers are out there. And so just to educate students and help them become more informed with, it's not just about being a doctor, it's not just being a lawyer or a police officer. There's so many different careers out there. And so it's really important for us to just kind of get that out to the public. We've had a recent push to include more career-related opportunities in middle school. So that has meant that the state of Michigan has required us to do stuff in 7th and 8th grade, as well as having opportunities in high school.
Master carpenter Jason Reed says there's a lot of opportunities in trade-related careers.
I think it's important to expose young people to opportunities in the skilled trades and in carpentry in particular. So I'm happy to be here to share my path as a carpenter. As my career progressed as a carpenter, I have held almost every position that you can hold, from carpenter's apprentice, foreman, superintendent, layout, estimator. So it's been a pretty rewarding career with a ladder that's brought me to where I'm at now.
It'll be maybe get a business degree, right?
Students found the experience helpful in learning about new careers.
I think it's important so then more kids can know more information about different careers, or just like learn what they are, and could inspire more ideas for their own careers.
I think it's important to see a variety of careers so then kids can get a perspective on how there's so much out there for them to do later in life.
This has been Brady and Emma reporting for Trojan TV.
Thanks, guys. Now let's get to a few important school announcements. Cookie dough orders will arrive Tuesday, December 17th for student pickup. Be prepared to take your cookie boxes home on the bus or have a parent pick you up. Next week, we celebrate the holiday spirit with an assembly on Friday during second hour. Our band, choir, and orchestra will fill the gym with music and holiday fun, and Trojan TV will share the results of the Holiday Ugly Sweater Contest in our show during advisory. Friday also kicks off break, as it is our last day before we go off for the holidays. Students return to school on Monday, January 6th. Mrs. Washburn wants her students to share her love of reading by giving them opportunities to find books they will enjoy. Ryan and Grant tagged along for book talks in the LMC in this week's Classroom Spotlight.
And clearly it does not take very long for the students and the staff to realize that In this week's Classroom Spotlight, we are taking a look at Miss Washburn's class in the library as they attend a book talk.
A book talk is when an overview of a specific novel is provided for students with the hope that it encourages them to read that book. I want to make sure that there is a book that's appropriate for every student's reading ability, and also books that are high interest, where the characters are believable, where people in 8th grade, students in 8th grade, can find some kind of characteristic or trait that they relate to.
With you, this is one of my favorite books that I have come.
After the presentation, many students are inspired to find new books.
The days that we're in the library, I see partnerships or sometimes trios check books out together, and they talk about what they want to read, and they go and make those selections together.
I like that all the books, they related to the unit in ELA, and that they all help better understand they help us better understand the unit.
I'm really grateful for our librarians and all of the students who share with me and with the class what they are currently reading, because that opens up the venue for what can I read next. The possibilities are endless.
This has been Ryan Grubbs and Grant Miller reporting for Trojan TV.
Thanks, guys. Now let's get caught up on recent sports news. Monday night, our boys' black basketball teams played one of their last games of the season against West. The 7th grade team lost an intense match, 23-27. The team pulled out an early lead, but West caught up at the half. In the second half, the game remained close right to the end, but West prevailed with scoring at the last seconds of the game. The 8th grade black tier team struggled against West as well with a 24-32 loss, breaking their winning streak. The Trojans' defense was no match for West's top 2 scorers who dominated the game. Tournaments for the boys begin tomorrow. Good luck, Trojans! With the boys' seasons wrapping up, that means it's time for our girls to take the court. Girls' basketball tryouts start Monday, January 6th and continue after school through the 9th. For more information, go to the LEAP section of the TCAPS website, as the deadline for registration is Thursday, December 19th. You may have noticed some unusually high water levels this summer and lack of beach space. Connor and Isabel explain how climate change is starting to affect life here in northern Michigan in this Trojan TV special report.
As time goes on and technology advances, more and more carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere every year. Due to this change, the planet is getting warmer dangerously fast. We talked to 8th grade science teacher Mr. Dykstra to learn more about his point of view on the subject.
It does appear to be becoming more and more of an issue. The biggest concerns are sea level rise. As the climate warms, we have the landmass ice melting into the oceans, causing destruction along the coasts with larger storms. Not only that, but as the climate warms, you also have thermal expansion of the oceans and the acidification of the ocean. So if there's no blue, there's no green.
These problems are causing more disadvantages every day for many things, especially environmental habitats.
As the climates warm, animals' habitats change because either they're too wet or too warm or too cold, then animals have to move and migrate. And if they can't migrate or adapt to the changes, then their either food sources disappear and they can't survive.
For too many people, the impact of global warming seems to be far from beginning. But over time, different weather, lake, and sea levels have slowly developed. These changes are greatly impacting our environment and are unfortunately only beginning. Global warming has even hit home here in Traverse City. Over the summer, the water levels of our Great Lakes have risen 6 feet, while our own Grand Traverse Bay has risen over 4 inches. This trend will continue to rise exponentially for years to come. Although these effects are devastating, people are coming together to find the solution to climate change and help fix the problem.
Cutting down on driving around, like taking buses and walking and biking.
I think that everyone should be doing what they can to change it, and so if that means preserving the environment and reusing and recycling. This has been Isabel and Connor reporting for Trojan TV.
Excellent reporting, guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Well, that wraps up this episode of Trojan TV.
You can check out more stories and coverage on the link brought to you by our newspaper staff, EMS Press, and fall sports slideshows courtesy of our yearbook staff.
And don't forget to vote for the ugliest sweaters during advisory on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, Trojans.
Bye.